Hi everyone, it's Erin from the Provincial Farmhouse. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be repurposing some kitchen cabinet doors to create some Christmas signs. We're going to be using IOD's new Noel paint inlay, the Christmas Valley transfer, and the Holly Lane mould. We're also going to be using IOD's air dry clay. You can find a full product list in the description of this video, and you can find all these products on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. My first step was to remove the hinges from the cabinet doors. I then used Dixie Belle's white Lightening to clean, and then I rinsed the cleaner off. Next, I'm using Dixie Belle's drop cloth chalk mineral paint as a base. I'm going to be applying 2 coats to begin with. Next, I'm taking some cornstarch and dusting the Holly Lane mould. I'm going to be using IOD's air dry clay to create my castings today. I'm working the clay into the moulds and using the micro rim to get a nice clean edge. I'm then going to turn my mould over and use gravity to help me get the casting out. You can bend the mould back and you'll find that your casting comes right out. I'm going to be making 4 of the holly swag design and also 4 of this pine cone design. I'm also going to be making some castings of a few of the other designs in the Holly Lane mould. Here you can see that I have laid out my moulds. Now on the right hand side I'm adding a bit of extra clay underneath my pine cones, as there is actually an arch under there that I have hidden with my mould frame that I've created. Now I'm going around and I'm gluing down all of my moulds with some strong wood glue, and I'm pressing carefully to make sure that I don't damage the details. I will clean up any excess glue with a damp cloth before I start the next step. Next, I'm carefully going in with some more of Dixie Belle's drop cloth and gently working my paint into the moulds. Now these have been drying for a little while, but they are still delicate, so I'm being very careful not to damage the details as I work my way around the frame. Today for this project we're going to be using the IOD Christmas Valley transfer. It is 8 pages of beautiful Christmas designs here. As you can see, there is quite a sort of cabin or lodge Christmas theme here. Lots of beautiful animals and florals, and it can be tricky to pick just one design, but for this we are going to use the first design in the center, the Christmas Valley Mountain Lodge. I'm just trimming the bottom lettering off so that I can spread it out just a little to balance the design. I have already sealed my chalk paint with Dixie Belle Satin Clear Coat. You want to apply your transfers to a sealed surface. It really does help it stick. And then I'm using the transfer stick and rubbing the design on. Now this is quite a detailed design, so it did take me a little while to get it all burnished and down, but I didn't want to miss anything, so I just took my time and worked my way through. If anything didn't stick down straight away, I just put the plastic back down and burnished it again. I then took the plastic that the transfer came off and gently rubbed and burnished the design a bit further. then came in with another coat of Dixie Belle's Satin Clear Coat to protect it. Next, I'm using Dixie Belle's Grunge Glaze, and I'm working it into all the beautiful details of the Holly Lane mould and also the frame. I really wanted to frame out this design but keep the center its original colour. I'm also wiping back where the glaze is too heavy. Next, I'm adding some of that same glaze to the crackle part of the Vintage Textures stamp and just putting it on in a few places to age the design. Finally, I'm adding some of Dixie Belle's gold gilding wax to the details. Keep watching to see how this turns out. On to the next project. I'm removing the hinges just like before, and then I'm cleaning well with white lightning and rinsing. Next, I'm applying a base coat of Dixie Belle's Chocolate Chalk Mineral Paint. This is going to be a base that we are going to be doing some dry brushing over the top of. Now I'm brushing on some of Dixie Belle's Fluff Chalk Mineral Paint. I don't have much paint on my brush, and I'm going around and just lightly brushing it on, going heavier in some areas than others. I'm going for a weathered wood look here. For this project, we're using IOD's Noel paint inlay. There are 8 pages of beautiful Christmas paint inlays to choose from. It is a really great inlay to start with if you haven't used them before. Lots of little projects to tackle, and I am so excited to be finally using the beautiful big Christmas tree from this design and a couple of other little elements. Check out my other videos for other projects where I've used this design. I'm cutting out a couple of little snowflakes to add to my design and working out how I want it set out. This is actually going to be a Christmas card hanger, so I'm plotting it out. My first step is I'm using Dixie Belle's Satin Clear Coat to put down a nice thick base. I'm placing my paint inlay paint side down and working it into the clear coat gently. I'm going to use a brayer, but mainly my fingers because it's an uneven surface. I'm then misting with water and dampening it off with a cloth. I'm repeating the same steps for each of the elements. So remember, you don't have to put this down in clear coat. I'm doing this because I want the design underneath to show through. You can put it straight into paint. It really is up to you and what design you're trying to achieve. Once my inlays are dry, I'm coming in with a mister again and misting over the paint inlay to get it damp. When that's had a chance to soak in a bit, I'm pulling the inlay back carefully and saving that design for future use. You can get a couple of uses out of these guys, so make sure you save them. When the surface is dry, I'm coming in with a 50-50 mix of clear coat and water and spraying the design. When that's dry, I'll brush on another coat of clear coat. Next, I'm going to be adding some cute little mini pegs to my cabinet door so it can hold the Christmas cards. I'm painting them with Fluff, the same color as the sign, and then I'm using a hot glue gun to attach the pegs. Finally, I'm attaching a hook to the top, and I'm also going to be adding some lovely buffalo check ribbon. And here's the finished product. I really hope that you guys like this sign and that you can see that you can turn a simple cabinet door into some lovely decor for your home. That Christmas Valley transfer is beautiful to work with, and the Noel paint inlay really transformed that skinnier cabinet door into a really cool little Christmas card holder. I'd love it if you could hit that like button if you liked these projects. Let me know what you think of them in the comments, and I'd love it if you could hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more projects like this or furniture makeovers. You can find all the products used in this video on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. Thanks for watching.